Mark 30 seconds until airtime. This is the OHSAA Radio Network and NFHS Network broadcast of the State Baseball Championships from 717 Credit Union Park in Akron and Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Canton. Live coverage starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
This kid's a baseball nut. He's a nuisance.
He can't forget about baseball.
Baseball is America's game.
Play ball.
It's time for the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network. Let's head out to the diamond for all the exciting baseball action.
Good afternoon, fans from Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Canton. It is the Division III Baseball State Semifinals today. The first game featuring the Badin Rams out of Hamilton and the Padua Bruins out of Padua, Ohio. My name's Todd Walker. It'll be my pleasure to bring you the play-by-play descriptions and accounts of the ballgame. Eric Parker is beside me here in the booth for color commentary and analysis. Brent Balbinot will report from the field. The Badin Rams, year after year, considered one of the best teams in Ohio, but they have been snake bit in the state tournament in their recent years, coming to state in 21, 22, 24, and 25, but each time heading home at least one win short of their ultimate goal. This year, they've been the number one team in the state of Ohio in Division III throughout. Can they finally cash it in and earn a state championship in this modern era? Of course, they won two back in the 90s, but in the recent past, they have been considered the best team in the state, but the state tournament has been a Waterloo for them. They'll try to complete the run this year. They beat Padua in the semifinals a couple of years ago. The Bruins are back again, trying to claim the school's first ever state championship, and they'll try to avenge that loss to Badin here this afternoon on a very hot and muggy afternoon in Canton. We'll come back and talk more about these teams after this break from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament on the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
You practice hard, you play hard, you're always reaching for your goals. You reach for the next point, the next yard, the next win. And after the game, reach for low-fat chocolate milk. It has the fluids to rehydrate you, the right mix of protein and carbs to refuel you, and the vitamins and minerals to help you build strong bones and bodies. Fuel up with chocolate milk. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
Again this June, it's a double play Akron as host of both the OHSAA softball and baseball state tournaments. For almost 20 years, the OHSAA softball state tournament has been held at historic Firestone Stadium, while the baseball state tournament is now hosted at both Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Canton and 717 Credit Union Park in downtown Akron. The Akron Summit County Convention and Visitors Bureau is proud to host Double Play Akron. Learn more at visitakron-summit.org. Ohio Health Sports Medicine is proud to keep student athletes healthy and in the game, and is the official sports medicine partner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Serving Ohio since 1891, Ohio Health medical experts are now available in 47 counties and help keep athletes ready to compete and active adults on the road to healthy living. Log on to ohiohealth.com or call 614-566-GAME anytime. Ohio Health, elite care for every athlete.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
Back here at Thurman Munson Stadium in Canton, Todd Walker and Eric Parker here in the press box getting ready for the first Division III state semifinal in this baseball state tournament. It is Badin and Padua meeting this afternoon. The Badin Rams ranked number one in the state by Prep Baseball Report and the Coaches Poll, and Eric, it's kind of been that way for 4 or 5 years. I mean, Coach Treadway has a well-oiled machine at Badin. They keep reloading every year. Seems like they get to the state, they have 1 or 2 or 3 losses. They're ranked 1, 2, 3 in the state, and they can't cash it in at the state tournament. This is a hungry bunch, despite all their accolades.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, seniors up and down the lineup. I've been here all these years, haven't gotten the title. And as you said, they've outscored opponents 55-1 so far. Their top 6 pitchers are seniors. Coach Treadway spoke earlier. I heard him said this year they were switching up their practices this last week leading into states. They were going harder, keeping it more like it was during the regular season. We'll see if that's going to pay off and lead to a title this year.
Well, this team, from the moment they lost last year in the state tournament, was thinking about getting back in, winning the state championship. So they expected to be here, and you mentioned their tournament run is just preposterous. 55-1, they've outscored their opponents. Badin is hitting almost 500 in the tournament. In the regional, they beat Tippecanoe and Butler by a combined 15-0. Badin had 22 hits, and 9 of them were for extra bases. So this is a team that can really hit and score runs. Let's pause right now, 10 seconds for station identification on the OHSAA radio network. Talking about Badin, you do have to talk about really their best player, Chandler Taylor. He's going to be playing for the Crimson Tide next year, Eric. This guy is some kind of impressive. He is smooth and athletic, and every facet of the game, he's got it in spades.
No, absolutely. You don't get a commitment to Alabama without being able to play the game the right way and having some talent. Career RBI leader. I mean, 9 for 15, 8 ribbies in the tourney so far. Just a complete player.
Very fast and very smooth in center field as well for the Badin Rams. They're number 1 in the state. Padua isn't number 1, but they are very good, and they've had a fine season, and they're on a nice run in the recent past. We'll talk about the Bruins when we come back. Right now, let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament.
Ohio Health Sports Medicine is proud to keep student athletes healthy and in the game, and is the official sports medicine partner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Serving Ohio since 1891, Ohio Health medical experts are now available in 47 counties and help keep athletes ready to compete and active adults on the road to healthy living. Log on to ohiohealth.com or call 614-566-GAME anytime. Ohio Health, elite care for every athlete.
Spectrum News 1, a new kind of news channel dedicated to refreshing storytelling and empowering communities across the Buckeye State. With your local forecast every 10 minutes and all of the essential news you need 24/7. Plus, in-depth shows and exclusives focused on your community. Always Ohio, always refreshing, always on. We are Spectrum News 1, exclusively on Spectrum.
Health Action Council is a member-driven, not-for-profit organization that provides employers with best practices for a healthy workforce through leadership, innovative services, and collaboration. Health Action Council works with employers to improve the quality, cost, and value of healthcare. The Ohio High School Athletic Association and Health Action Council invite all Ohio schools to join us for the Healthy Kids Step It Up Challenge. Find out details at healthykidsgo.org.
Ohio Credit Union knows the financial playing field is constantly changing, so we're here to make sure you are always one step ahead. A trusted partner since 1934, Ohio has been providing financial services to communities throughout Ohio and is dedicated to serving its members as a not-for-profit institution. Ohio is committed to giving back to the community by offering financial education, sponsoring local events, and supporting charitable organizations. At Ohio, we take banking personally. Visit us at telhio.org.
This is the state baseball tournament, Division III semifinals. Game number 1 features the Badin Rams and the Padua Bruins. Todd Walker and Eric Parker here in the booth. The Bruins from Padua up in Cuyahoga County back in the state tournament for the second time in 3 years for Coach Ryan McSweeney. And they are here with a record of 25-4. and quite a thrilling win in the regional final. They rallied from down 4-0 and 5-4 to beat University School, the team that knocked them out in the regional last year. They beat them 6-5, and 2 suicide squeezes helped them in that rally, if you can believe that, Eric. This is a team that is resourceful offensively. Coach McSweeney says they like to put pressure on the defense. They want to put the ball in play. They will bunt it. Maybe not a power-hitting team per se, but this team is pesky, and they'll make you play good defense.
No, absolutely. And where we said Badin 55-1 so far in the tourney, you look at Padua, the last 2 one-run wins in the regionals, 3-2, and then that thrilling 6-5 comeback, avenging a loss to University School from the year before, and here they are facing Badin in the semifinals again. Can they avenge another loss from 2 years ago?
Well, just to put it in perspective, the type of offense, Padua slugging percentage as a team is .397. Badin's is .528. So Padua needs to get some guys on, maybe with the help of a walk here or there, a stolen base, a key bunt. They've got to really cash in opportunities when they get them because they don't have as much cushion to fall back on with a power-hitting offense like the Badin Rams do.
No, yeah, they're definitely going to need to take advantage of their opportunities when they get it. The middle of the order is loaded. They've got great stats going through. They're going to really need them to come up big today.
Well, and that's the other thing you always say, your best players have to come through big. And, when you think about Padua, you think about them scratching across some runs. But right now we're going to pause for our national anthem. It's Badin and Padua in the Division III state semifinals, and we're getting closer to first pitch. Right now, we pause for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament on the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Hometown is the online ticketing partner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Access all OHSAA tournament events through Hometown, which gives fans a simple and secure way to search, buy, manage, and access your tickets when you arrive at the game. Hometown is trusted by schools across Ohio and thousands of schools nationwide to make game day effortless. Visit hometown.com or download the Hometown fan app to get in the game.
At the Ohio High School Athletic Association, our student athletes are going pro at being
coachable,
a good student,
responsible,
dependable,
respectful, a good student,
dependable,
a good teammate,
representing my school.
I'm going pro at being a good student.
Let's go pro at respecting the game.
Respect the game.
Respect the game. Respect the game.
The following is a broadcast presentation of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
We are getting closer to first pitch. Padua will be batting first. Here's their lineup for Coach Ryan McSweeney. Braden Spellacy leads off. He's the catcher. Michael Reese, the shortstop, bats second. Braylon Benson at first base bats third. Michael Cangelosi, the third baseman, is the cleanup man. Chase Martin is the pitcher. He is batting in the fifth spot. Brendan Riley is the second baseman, batting sixth. Patrick Loftus, the DH, bats seventh. Jacob Rivalski, the left fielder, bats eighth. Reed Cervenka, the center fielder, bats ninth. Ben Thomas plays in right field but does not bat. And the pitcher for the Badin Rams is Caleb Dreesen. The future Miami Red Hawk is some kind of good for these Badin Rams. He has thrown 11 career shutouts. In the regional final, he threw a 3-hitter. He struck out 9 and allowed 1 walk and no runs. But Eric Parker, when you think about Caleb Dreesen, he is a very emotional pitcher, and he will pitch inside. He can be a little wild, especially early. If Padua is going to get to him, chances are they have to do it in the first or second inning. When he gets locked in, this guy is a beast.
Yeah, he's a guy definitely. You're hoping there's a little too much adrenaline here, leading here into states, and can take advantage of those opportunities if he is, and then just try to battle counts and when they get their opportunities, take advantage of them.
Well, there's no doubt that he runs hot, and I talked with Coach Treadway about that, and he said, when he was younger, we tried to kind of rein it in, but we found that it stifled him. So now they want him to stay within himself, but he's very demonstrative out there, and that's good and all that, but sometimes he's got to rein it in himself. And again, like a lot of power pitchers, early on, he can be a little erratic.
Yep, it's going to see can he come out and set the tone and get the ball across the plate and let his stuff do the work for him.
All right, Braden Spellacy steps in for the first pitch, and here it is from Caleb Dreesen. It is a strike called. Let's get a quick thought or two from our dugout reporter. We've got Brent Balbinot down there. How you doing, Brent?
Oh, great day for baseball there, Todd. It's only about a little less of a sauna than it was about 3 hours ago. I will say this, though. You guys were breaking down Caleb Dreesen. I had a chance to talk with the coaching staff for the Bruins, and they simply said, for a guy that 5 pitches at any point in time in the count for a strike, we got to take something away from him. So they're going to lay off the junk early and hunt the fastball.
Now there is a fastball hit to third. The play is made for out number 1. Let's set that defense for the Badin Rams. At third base is Austin Vengen. Elsewhere, it's Vinny Logel at first, Cade Cummins at second, Derek Ogden at short. Outfield left to right, Eli Wolpert, Chandler Taylor, and Cooper Clay. Keegan Sawyer behind the plate, and Caleb Dreesen on the mound. So Spellacy grounds out to third. That brings up Michael Reese for the Padua Bruins. A left-hand batting shortstop. Padua in their brown and orange, very reminiscent of BGSU or the Cleveland Browns. Strike on the inside corner to the shortstop, Michael Reese. Badin, meanwhile, wearing their black jerseys with green. Their primary colors, black and green. There's another strike on the inside corner, and boy, Dreesen looks dialed in early, and that's a bad sign for the Bruins.
Yeah, we were wondering, is he going to be a little too amped? 5 pitches, 5 strikes, all great locations.
0-2 to the left-hand batting Reese. Dreesen, the big right-hander, has the signal. Here's the 0-2. Just missed. Dreesen gets the signal from a pitch comm he wears around his wrist. They had a little problem with it at the regional final over in Oxford. You can see him pause and look at his wrist before he pitches. Here he comes with a 1-2 pitch. That's fouled back. He also works very quickly, which is not unusual for good pitchers, Eric. So you might see Padua try to get some gamesmanship to get him out of his rhythm.
Yeah, especially early if he's had it times. Again, getting a little wild. You don't want him to get in his rhythm.
1 ball, 2 strikes again. The pitch to Michael Reese. Hit up the middle. Might be through. It is. Base hit. And the Bruins shortstop, Michael Reese, is a 1-out base runner. And now here's Braylon Benson. So a chance here for Padua to do something. They talked about putting pressure on the defense to get a man on with 1 out, Eric. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, really nice piece of hitting there by Reese. Little off speed away. Didn't try to do too much. Stayed on it. Nice single up the middle.
The Bruins have stolen 100 bases on the season. 18 of those belong to Reese. He's been thrown out once. He's at first with 1 out. This is Braylon Benson, the first baseman, batting. Righty-righty matchup. Dreesen misses away. Benson, third on the team, hitting with runners in scoring position, 364. Overall, he leads the team with a 402 batting average. 1-0. Swung awkwardly at that one. Got fooled. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dreesen evens the count.
Nice job by Dreesen there. Benson think he's going to get his fastball 1-0. Throws a really nice breaking pitch.
1-1 pitch. Chopped high left side. Third baseman cuts it off, juggles it, and drops it. There, everybody's safe. Vangen was going to go to second, and when he tried to do that, Eric, he just got out of sorts a little bit and dropped that ball.
Yeah, he just peeked a little bit too soon to see if the second baseman was there and wasn't quite able to get the exchange right with the catch.
So that brings up the cleanup man, the third baseman, Michael Cangelosi. Cangelosi, a .395 batter, as you would expect in the 4-hole, leads the team with 27 runs batted in. And he leads the team hitting .396 with runners in scoring position. He's got one here. First and second, one out. That one's down and outside. Throw back to second by the catcher, but diving back in is Reese. Keegan Sawyer showing off that arm from behind the dish. Runner at first, runner at second, one out. Padua threatening in the top of the first in this state semifinal game. Now we've got the home plate umpire talking to Dreesen about something. He wants him to move the rosin bag off the top of the mound.
Too high on top. Yeah.
Dreesen obliges and stands back on the slab. Works a little bit toward the first base side with his position on the rubber. Looks at second. Checks the catcher and deals. Hit hard, pulled foul, and a bounce wide of third. They've had some good contact here early, Eric.
Yeah, they've come out when he's been around the zone, been attacking, especially when they've been in hitters counts, 1-0. That was Dreesen. First time he went high leg kick, had missed his two first fastballs, slide step, went high leg kick, got back in the zone on that one.
1 ball, 1 strike on Cangelosi. First and second, one out. That's hit toward the hole. The shortstop will backhand it, sliding. Throw to third.
Play.
They get the force out. Derek Ogden, tremendous. Went into the hole, sliding, and popped up and threw to third for a big second out right there.
Great reactions there in the hole. Slid down to make sure he kept, and he knew all the way he was going to third base. Also, great job by Vangen to be there and be ready.
Really the only play he had.
Oh, it was, yeah. They wouldn't have had a chance at first. It was that far in the hole.
So now it's pitcher on pitcher. Chase Martin steps in the box. It's a .270 batter for the Bruins. He hits a chopper to third, charging Vangen. Throw across, and Dreesen works out of a jam in the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Padua doesn't score. Badin Rams coming to bat. Let's pause for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament on the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Once again this June, it's a double play Akron as host of both the OHSAA softball and baseball state tournaments. For almost 20 years, the OHSAA softball state tournament has been held at historic Firestone Stadium, while the baseball state tournament is now hosted at both Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Kenton and 717 Credit Union Park in downtown Akron. The Akron Summit County Convention and Visitors Bureau is proud to host Double Play Akron. Learn more at visitakron-summit.org.
Hometown is the online ticketing partner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Access all OHSAA tournament events through Hometown, which gives fans a simple and secure way to search, buy, manage, and access your tickets when you arrive at the game. Hometown is trusted by schools across Ohio and thousands of schools nationwide to make game day effortless. Visit hometown.com or download the Hometown fan app to get in the game.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
The Badin Rams coming to bat in the bottom of the first of a scoreless game. Here's their lineup. Derek Ogden, the shortstop, leads off. Batting second, the center fielder, Chandler Taylor. Batting third, catcher Keegan Sawyer. The cleanup man is first base, Vinny Loggle. Batting fifth, the DH, Colt Emerson. Batting sixth, at third base, Austin Vangen. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Cooper Clay. Left fielder, Eli Wolpert, bats eighth. And second baseman, Cade Cummins, bats ninth. As for the pitcher for Padua, it is Chase Martin. Martin, a sophomore, a 7-1 record, a .275 earned run average. Opponents are hitting .223 against him. They like the sophomore, though, in big games. He'll work in the upper 80s. He's got a slider, a curve, and a changeup. The curveball can come and go, and Eric, I think you could say that for a lot of high school pitchers. Clearly, with that kind of velo at the high school level, if the curveball is really working, Chase Martin's probably going to be a tough customer.
Yeah, that's and we talked about Badin's lineup before. He's going to need to be able to command at least a second pitch, if not one of his others there. But if he's just got to come come in with a fastball. He's going to have to locate really well with the lineup he's facing today.
Now, the Badin Rams, as we said, they've been snake bit in recent years at the state tournament. Since 2021, this is their 5th appearance in 6 years here. They've lost in the semifinal 4 of the previous 5, or I should say 3 of the previous 4. They made it to the title game in 24. But now they are looking to go all the way. And Coach Brian Treadway admitted it was a relief to win that regional and be able to come back to Stark County today here in Canton for a chance to move on to Akron in tomorrow's championship game. Here's Derek Ogden, their fine shortstop, who made a nice defensive play last inning. Ogden, .422 batter, leads the team with 20 stolen bases. The right-hand batting shortstop, just a sophomore. He is very good. All down. Ogden wasn't feeling well for their regional final last Thursday in Oxford. Actually got a hit early in the game and then dove back into first and might have swallowed some of those rubber pellets or just aggravated his stomach. He left the game, did not return, but I think he's feeling better today. Takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chase Martin working right in the middle of that rubber. Kicks and fires the 1-1. Inside corner, late breaking pitch right there, 1-2. Boy, if he can work that one, Eric, he's going to be good.
Yeah, really nice. Coming out of the same arm slot as fastball. Really good arm speed. Really, really nice bender there. Great location, too.
Chase Martin, the sophomore with the weight of the world on his shoulders, starting a state semifinal for the Padua Bruins. 1-2 pitch, fastball, lifted opposite way, blooper to right field, but it carries to the right fielder. And there's Ben Thomas to put it away. Let's check the Padua defense. At first base is Braylon Benson. Brendan Riley at second base. Michael Reese at short. Michael Cangelosi at third. Outfield left to right, Jacob Ravalski, Reed Cervenka, and Ben Thomas. Bryden Spellacy behind the plate. And on the mound, it is Chase Martin. Here is Chandler Taylor. Name a phase of baseball, and he'll be great at it, and he'll make it look easy and smooth. Left-hand batting center fielder takes a strike in the outside corner. He'll ply his trade in Tuscaloosa next year. They are getting a good one. So trying to start something with 1 out here. Third baseman playing even with the bag. I got fooled on that off speed there. Out ahead of it a little bit is Chandler Taylor. Taylor leads the team in batting average, on base, and slugging. .455, .565, and .818 respectively. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's Martin. Missed downstairs. Taylor at the regional combined went 4 for 7 with a couple of doubles and 2 runs scored. Bottom of the first were scoreless. Padua threatened in the top of the first with 2 on and 1 out, but came up empty. 1-2 pitch, way upstairs. Not a bad pitch. Try to change the eye level, as they say. Maybe get Taylor thinking about something.
Yeah, got him to swing on the looked like change up on the second pitch. Tried to get him to chase. He didn't. Little chase high, a little too high, but great setup for whatever he wants here, 2-2.
Chase Martin, the break even to Chandler Taylor. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Looked like he pulled the string again.
Yep. No, great job by the sophomore so far. Hitting really good spots, and they're making great pitch calls, and he's executing.
So 2 up, 2 down for the Rams. That brings up Keegan Sawyer. Another sophomore standout for this Rams team that's veteran laden, but they also have some great youngsters. Sawyer, a .400 hitter, 9 doubles, 4 triples, 3 home runs. Nobody out, nobody on, 2 out. There's a ball down to start the at-bat to Sawyer. Sawyer only had 1 hit and 5 at-bats in the 2 games at the regional, but in the regional final, he had 2 sac flies to drive in a pair of runs in the 5-0 win over Butler. Martin, back, set. Looking for a 1-2-3, bottom of the first. And that just clipped the inside arm of Keegan Sawyer. He was hit by a pitch. He'll take first base and bring up Vinny Loggle. So for Sawyer, The hit by pitch makes him a 2-out base runner. Vogel, the cleanup man, will step in. He's senior first baseman. Missed all of last year with injury. Making up for it this year, .443 batter. Tied for the team lead in on-base percentage at .565. Left-hand batter, right-hand pitcher Chase Martin. Working with 2 outs, that runner at first via the hit by pitch. Here's the first offering. Hit the other way in the air to left. Should be easy for Rafalski, and it is. After 1, no score. Let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament.
Hi, I'm Anthony Munoz. I didn't make it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame by letting drugs and alcohol affect my ability to play. I brought my A game every time, and that's what you should do when sharing the road. That means never getting behind the wheel under the influence and wearing your seatbelt, because it's always the best defense against a drunk driver. So whether you're driving around town or to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, never let impaired driving take you out of the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety.
You may think seatbelt laws are no big deal. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. Cops are cracking down day and night in the city, in the country, and all points in between. Make no mistake, if you don't buckle up, you will get caught and you will get a ticket, even if you've gotten away with not buckling in the past. Things are about to change. Cops are serious about seatbelt safety, so don't kid yourself. Buckle up every time or get a ticket. Click it or ticket. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Second inning on tap here at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Canton. Division III state semifinal here at the high school baseball tournament. It is 0-0 after 1. Both teams got at least one man on base, but could not cash it in. So that settles the nerves down, Eric Parker. Now I think everybody's kind of into the groove here. We'll see if the pitchers continue to take care of business. We talked about Caleb Dreesen, how you really hope to be able to get to him early. He looked strong in that first inning, but a base hit, an error, gave Padua a chance, ultimately didn't convert, and they may rue that because Dreesen tends to get much better as the game goes on.
Yeah, and that being said, it was in Padua is when we said maybe some small ball in there too, but they came out swinging, and they saw Dreesen. He's around the zone. You don't want to get down 0-1, 0-2 on him. Get a pitch to hit, early attack. Weren't quite able to cash in there. Let's see what they can do this inning.
By the way, the base coaches for Padua, head coach Ryan McSweeney handles things at third base as most head coaches do. The first base coach is Matt Mears. Their pitching coach is Kyle Ward. This is Brendan Riley, the second baseman, to lead off inning number 2 for the Padua Bruins. And he is plunked. We talked about Dreesen has a tendency to be a little erratic, especially early in a ball game. And first pitch of the second inning, right there on the left hip of the right-hand batting Riley, and he will cheerfully head down to first base, although that's going to hurt probably a little bit.
Yeah, don't rub it, but
he
was ready. They know that's what they're going to need. They're taking advantage of every opportunity.
That brings up Patrick Loftus, the designated hitter. Quick throw to first, bounces. Well played by Vinny Longo, the first baseman, to keep it in front of him. Time Dreesen tried a kind of a quick move there. Padua Bruins out of Parma, bringing a record of 25-4. North Coast Conference champs. There's a ball outside. Scoring to bunt was Loftus, but he pulled it back. Loftus had an RBI single in their regional final win over University School. That was his 8th RBI of the season. Here's a bunt, first base side, fielded by the pitcher. Underhand to first. The sacrifice works. And Riley's at second with 1 out. And now you count on your 8 and 9 hitters to try and get him in. Beginning with left fielder Jacob Rafalski. Rafalski, a junior, number 2 on this team, .368 batter with runners in scoring position, which is 110 points higher than his overall batting average. He had an RBI single and a bunt RBI single in the regional final. So he's adept at driving in runs. From the 8 spot, he takes a fastball strike on the outside corner. Rafalski 2 runs, a single, a bunt, single for an RBI in the regional final. 3 runs driven in total. See if he can pick up where he left off at the regional. That one's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brendan Riley is at second. He was hit by a pitch and bunted over. We're scoreless, top of the second. Fastball outside. So early on, the approach by Padua has been good against Dreesen. They've made him work. They've put the ball in play. They've hit the ball hard on the ground a few times. 2-1 pitch. That one is skied out of play the opposite way to the right. By the way, big ballpark here in this former minor league facility. 330 down the lines, 385 in the power alleys, 400 to dead center. That's Eric Parker power alley numbers right there.
I could have probably given some up that would have gotten out of here.
Here's a drive foul the other way in the air to right. Yeah, I was talking about when you hit, not when you pitch.
Oh,
I was trying to.
I was left center oppo all day.
Just drop it in there, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Hit them where they ain't.
And Badin doing a little shifting, looking a little off field, and infield is playing pretty shallow.
2-2 pitch. Right there on the outside corner, and Ravalski's out shopping for out number 2. That's another thing Badin will do, and sometimes it's hard to track it all for you. They will move their defense around a lot.
Yeah, and there too, it was 2 fastballs away in a row, wasn't able to get the barrel on it. More of, hey, I got 2-strike approach. They shifted in, but then Dreesen hit a great spot and got the strikeout looking.
Runner at second, 2 out for Reed. Cervenka takes a strike. Cervenka, the number 9 batter for Padua. He's a 2-11 batter. Had a suicide squeeze bunt in that regional final. Blooper to right, but that wind is pushing it a little, and the right fielder, Clay, puts it away. So leadoff hit batter amounts to nothing for the Bruins in the top of the second. On to the bottom, we're scoreless with Badin and Padua. Let's pause for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament on the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Yes! Big money bet right there.
Dad, what's a big money bet? Can I do it?
Well, sweetie, betting is risky, so it's only for adults.
But I want to win money too.
I won this time, but I don't always win. That's why it's called gambling, and it's not for kids, okay?
Okay.
Let's just watch the game.
Youth who gamble are 4 times more likely to experience a gambling disorder as an adult. Be aware, check for risks, guide their choices, help prevent youth gambling. Visit ChangeTheGameOhio.org.
You practice hard, you play hard, you're always reaching for your goals. You reach for the next point, the next yard, the next win. And after the game, reach for low-fat chocolate milk. It has the fluids to rehydrate you, the right mix of protein and carbs to refuel you, and the vitamins and minerals to help you build strong bones and bodies. Fuel up with chocolate milk. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
Here come the Badin Rams to bat in the bottom of the second. We are scoreless in this Division III state semifinal game. Todd Walker and Eric Parker here in the booth. Brent Balbinot will be reporting from the dugouts. Our second game in this Division III semifinal doubleheader will feature Cuyahoga Falls, Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy, and Columbus Bishop Watterson, or colloquially referred to as CVCA and Watterson. That'll be much easier than quite the tongue twisters we had there. So here come the Rams. They had a base runner with 2 outs in the first inning, but couldn't get anything done with that. And here in the early going, we've seen both teams have chances, but the pitchers have been up to the challenge. Chase Martin will try to match that goose egg Caleb Dreesen put up in the top of the second inning. The Badin Rams first base coach is Josh Hare. His brother is the head coach at Ohio State. If you're wondering, head coach Brian Treadway handles the coaching duties and the third base box for Badin. First pitch of the second inning forthcoming to Colt Emerson. Sophomore Chase Martin. deals and catches the inside corner with that off speed. Boy, here in the first inning in one pitch, he's been very good with that inside breaking ball to these right-handers.
Yeah, he's done a great job. I know he clipped the one on the hit by pitch, but really good break on those and is looking really in control.
0-1 pitch to Colt Emerson. There's another bender that caught the inside corner for strike two. No score, bottom of the second inning here in this Division III state semifinal. Chase Martin ready to go. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Come get you some, Colt Emerson. High heat and a swing through for strike three.
Well, great location there. You got ahead with two breaking balls and just said, I'm going to go with my best fastball, but got it above the hands, and Emerson wasn't able to catch up.
Martin can work in the upper 80s, so he can hit that spot. Generally working in the mid to upper 80s.
After seeing two breaking balls in a row, it's going to look even quicker.
Here's Austin Vangen, the third baseman for the Badin Rams. Takes a strike on the outside corner. It is a kind of breezy day, and the wind looks trickier than it is, right, Brent?
Chance to walk right to left foul pole over the first two ball games. If you look at the Stars and Stripes, they're a little bit deceptive because it looks like it's blowing one particular direction, but the outfielders through the first two games have all said the same thing. It's a circular wind here. So if you're playing left, it might knock it down. If you're playing right, it's going to carry and slice. So there's no such thing as a routine fly ball here tonight.
Circular wind. That sounds like the name of a band that we could all be in. 0-2. Well, Padua fans thought it was a strike, but Anthony Sheets gets paid to make those decisions. He said it was ball one to Austin Vangen. No score, bottom of the second. Badin batting with one out. This Division III semifinal game. Chase Martin back with a 1-2. That one bounces in there. Of course, the other thing about the state tournament and tournament baseball, your pitching depth can really become a factor. And the best case scenario is in your semifinal, you usually throw your best guy, and you want him to be pitch efficient so that you have options as the game goes on.
Absolutely. You want to get some length out of your starter, and obviously it's the one-game scenario.
There's a ball pulled foul wide of third.
You're not thinking about tomorrow. You're what can we get today, and how do we find a way to get that win?
Well, you kind of think about tomorrow in that if your starting pitcher can obviously finish the game for you as you get deeper in the game, it starts to relieve the thinking for the next day.
You're in that situation, absolutely. Okay, can we get a little bit more and make this even better?
2-2 pitch. Right back up the box, hit hard for a base hit. That one bounds out into center field, and Austin Vangen is one out base runner for Badin. Here comes Cooper Clay, the right fielder for the green and black of the Badin Rams.
Another really good piece of two-strike hitting right there. Fastball away, just stayed right on it, sent it right back up the middle for a solid single.
Cooper Clay, sophomore, right fielder, right-hand batter. Austin Vangen at first with one out. Here is the pitch. This is popped up, but as Brent was saying, nothing's routine. It's out in short right center field, and it is down. Eluded the second baseman, and they can't get the force out at second. Then they throw the ball away, and there's nobody to cover third, so both runners move up. So that's a base hit, I'll presume, and then a throwing error on the right fielder to compound things. And it's trouble for Padua right now, second and third, one out.
Yeah, and there was the wind. When it was first hit, both second base and shortstop treated like, okay, that's going to be right at me. And then it just kept carrying, and just went over the glove. And then with the turf here, too, a really big bounce that allowed the runner at first to get there. And then he had a great job of seeing the third baseman go to get the ball that got away and allowed both runners to move up.
So it's a single and then a throwing error on Ben Thomas, the right fielder. Now second and third, one out for Eli Wolpert, left-hand batting left fielder. No score, bottom of the second, but the Rams are threatening. Pitch from Martin is fouled back. And we talked about this Rams team. You know, each year is a new team, and, you know, kids don't have a 5-year memory like maybe other people do, but you got to believe that the way Badin has been snake bit at the state tournament, be real nice to build like a little nest egg, a little cushion early.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And then ride Caleb Dreesen. Third baseman's playing in for Padua. That's Michael Cangelosi. Second and third, one out. 0-1 pitch to Eli Wolpert. Bunt. Suicide squeeze. The bunt's down. The catcher has it, and he can't make a play. Everybody's safe. No, wait a minute. They're sending the batter back. They're calling the... What is he calling? The home plate umpire, I couldn't decipher what he meant there. I think he's bringing the batter back. The ball might have been foul. What happened? He's calling the batter out.
I believe
the batter is out, yes.
Is it the bat? He left the bat out in obstruction?
Okay. Yeah, it's obviously the batter is out. And we can try to get clarification later exactly what he did. But it is an out. The run does not score. Batter interfered. The bat laid on the plate. Okay. Thank you, guys. So a tough break for Badin. That should have been a run. But now it's up to Cade Cummins. So 2 out, 2 on. Runner at second, runner at third. Chase Martin got a gift there. Let's see if he can cash it in fully. There's that good breaking ball on the inside corner. And no argument from Badin on the call, by the way, by our home plate umpire, Anthony Sheets. He felt that the bat laying there interfered with the catcher.
Correct. And when the player came going through, you could see the bat going from home plate toward the first base dugout.
So 0-1 now to Cummins. Martin deals, and this is hit on a little loop to left field. It will bounce in front of the left fielder. 1 run scores. Here comes the second run, and it is 2-0 Badin. 2-run single with 2 outs for Cade Cummins in the number 9 spot. And I thought at first the left fielder, Ravalski, was going to come in and try and play that ball, Eric, and I think right now he's regretting not trying to make that play because I think he had a chance to get to it.
It would have been really, really close.
Yeah.
He didn't get a bad read, but the ball, again, carried over the shortstop, then started dying. Couldn't quite get there, but a great piece of hitting by Cummins. He took the first pitch curveball. Martin came right back with it. This time he was ready and got the 2-run single.
Cade Cummins drives in a couple of runs, and Derek Ogden will now bat. 2-0 Badin. There's that breaking ball on the inside corner again. So Cade Cummins, the number 9 batter, comes through. That's not unusual. He has 26 runs batted in now as a number 9 batter, where he bats pretty routinely. He had an RBI in each of the regional games as well. Quick throw to first, and he dives back in. Cummins not a big threat to steal a base. He's got 5 of them. Big base stealer on this Badin club is the man in the batter's box, Ogden. He's got 20. 2 out, 2 in the bottom of the second. Badin 2 and a Padua 0. There's a pop-up right side of the infield. This one on the infield. First baseman under it makes the catch. However, Badin gets 2 runs in the second inning. They did on 3 hits. There was an error. They leave him in. After 2, Rams 2, Padua 0. Let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament.
Welcome to the home of Gridiron Legends, the newly renovated Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Walk among the immortals of football inside the Hall of Fame gallery. Here you can stand face to face with the men who built America's game. Relive the greatest moments of Super Bowl history in the Lamar Hunt Super Bowl Gallery and stand before the Vince Lombardi Trophy, while the NFL Today Gallery is home to the NFL's most recent record-breaking moments. Plan your visit to the Pro Football Hall of Fame today at profootballhof.com.
At the Ohio High School Athletic Association, our student athletes are going pro at being
coachable,
a good student,
responsible,
dependable,
respectful, a good student,
dependable, a good teammate.
Representing my school,
I'm going pro at being a good student.
Let's go pro at expecting to get.
Respect the
Back to game.
Back here at Thurman Munson Stadium in Canton, it is 2-0 now in favor of Badin. Let's meet our umpires here today. Behind the plate is Anthony Sheets out of Jackson, Ohio. 17 years as an umpire. This is his 7th state tournament appearance. He's a graduate of Wheelersburg High School and University of Rio Grande and Youngstown State, and he is a principal. Scott Stitt is umpiring at first base out of Belpre, Ohio. His 8th year as an umpire, his first state tournament. A graduate of Bishop Rosecrans and Ohio Valley College. He is involved in management as his vocation. Our second base umpire is Justin Davis, out of Huntington, West Virginia. His first state tournament assignment. He's a high school grad of North Adams, went to Shawnee State University. He's an intervention specialist. And Wayne Horsley is our third base umpire from Athens, his first state tournament appearance. He's a grad of Minford High School and Ohio University. He is a teacher. So congrats to our umpires. Let's get down to Brett Balbinot here.
Guys, again, on that questionable call at the plate, I talked with home plate umpire Anthony Sheets. It was not batter's interference. He said the batter was out of the box.
Okay.
And the ball hit him.
Okay. Thank you, Brent. Yeah. Sometimes it's just hard to tell without an actual conduit to the guy. So very good. Thank you. That's our dugout reporter, field reporter, Brent Balbinot. That ball's outside from Dreesen. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Braden Spellacy. Leadoff man and catcher for the Padua Bruins. 2-0, Badin leads. Strike 3 called. Fastball on the outside corner. Good afternoon, good night to Braden Spellacy right there. And Dreesen getting a little more dialed in every inning here.
Yeah,
Eric.
Really nice job. Their first time through the order, a lot of fastballs right there. Got ahead, breaking ball. Went off the corner. Great job by Keegan Sawyer. Pitcher wanted it, bench wanted it. He said, no, that was off. Came back, got it right on the corner for the called strike, for the strikeout.
Michael Reese cuts and misses. A shortstop singled in the first inning. Badin leads it 2-0. Scored 2 on a 2-out single by Cade Cummins in the bottom of the second inning. Padua now at the bat. And now stepping out in the middle of the windup of Dreesen was Reese. Dreesen went ahead and delivered the pitch, which is generally what they teach you rather than trying to pull up in the middle of your motion. The ball's in a strike. Dreesen dealing and missing away. Michael Reese, a junior shortstop. Awaits the pitch, and that one's down. 2 balls and a strike. Winner will play in the championship game tomorrow up in Canton. Up in Akron in the championship game. 2-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes now. Strike 3 called in the outside corner, and Reese looks around in disgust as if to say, if you're going to give him 3 inches off the corner, we can't hit this guy. 2 outs.
Yeah, Reese also with a very, very open stance and kind of stayed open a little bit on that. That's might have been off a little bit, but hit a really good spot, and that's going to be a tough pitch for him to handle.
Obviously, he felt it was outside, but here's Braylon Benson with 2 outs and nothing happening. He swings through a fastball, little foul tip action. Third strikeout for Dreesen as he's starting to heat up. There's a ground ball up the middle, back through for a hit. So Braylon Benson sends it back where it came from for a 2-out hit. You know, sometimes in the big picture you think, well, a 2-out single, big deal, if the next guy's retired. But, every extra batter you can get as an offense gives you another chance to wear down the pitcher or maybe get to the bullpen later. Every at-bat in a championship or semifinal game means a lot. Benson did a nice job.
Oh, he did a really good, because got a head fastball. It was a little breaking ball away. Again, just stayed right on it, singled up the middle. As you said, you never, as the pitcher, that's what you want to do. You got 2 quick outs. You want to try to have a quick inning. Did a good job executing. The batter just did a real good job as well and got the hit.
Angelosi is the batter. There's a high strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cangelosi getting into a fielder's choice to the shortstop Ogden, who made a fine play, ranging into the hole with a sliding grab and a throw to third. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, he swung right out of his shoes there. 1-2.
Yep, big swing. Really good spot there by Dreesen on the outside corner.
Well, as you look back on that first inning, that play by Ogden was really key to squelch that rally. 1-2 pitch. Line drive up the middle, and it'll drop for a hit. They were playing shallow in the outfield, but it had plenty of spin on it to drop safely. So back-to-back 2-out hits. And now Chase Martin will try to keep the 2-out magic going here for the Padua Bruins, who trail 2-0.
Yeah, Dreesen tried to hit that same spot he did the pitch before. Cangelosi was ready for it. And again, these hitters, both teams so far, are doing a great job of staying on that outside pitch, not trying to pull it and take it where it is.
That one bears inside on Cangelosi, or on Martin. Ball 1. Badin 2 and Padua 0. Bruins batting here in the top of the 3rd inning. Our second game will be CVCA and Watterson. Scheduled start time was 7 o'clock. There's a fly ball to left center field. That's trouble. That's way out there. It's bounding and up against the fence. 2-run score. And meanwhile, they kick the ball around to the warning track, and after stopping it, Chase Martin says, I'll just go on to third with a 2-run triple, and we're tied.
Just pitcher helping his own cause right there. Got it, looking for the fastball, 1-0 fastball count, and he didn't miss it. Really, really deep alleys here. He split the left fielder and center fielder, and it ran all the way to the fence. Huge hit there for Padua.
2-run triple for Chase Martin. And the Bruins have tied the game with 2 here in the top of the 3rd inning, much to the delight of the orange-clad Padua fans who've come from Cuyahoga County. Check swing, couldn't hold up. Strike called on the swing. Martin now 90 feet away. Literally, he had stopped at second to celebrate, and that ball was still being kicked around on the warning track. He's like, all right, I'll go to third. There's a ball sprayed the other way, foul off to the right side. 0-2 now. 2-2 game. Single, triple after 2 were out. That one bounces in there and deflected by Sawyer, and then it hit the batter. If it hadn't, that might have been a wild pitch and scored a run. A break for Badin right there.
But still, great job by Sawyer.
Yes.
If it gets by him, it's definitely a run. He deflected it enough in front, would make it a really hard read, and then get benefit of hitting the hitter.
1-2 pitch from Dreesen. Slow roller foul wide of third. Brendan Riley is the batter. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Caleb Dreesen really having to work here in the 2nd inning after it looked like he was going to have a breeze. He struck out the first 2 batters looking. Dreesen ready. Missed low and outside to Brendan Riley. 2-2 count. Riley, senior second baseman. That's only 8 RBI on the season. Number 9 would be pretty big if he could deliver it right here. 2-2. Blooper, short right center field. Taylor, the center fielder, ranging over to make the play. However, the Bruins score 2 on a 2-out triple by Chase Martin. On to the bottom of the 3rd, tied at 2 with Badin and Padua. We pause for these messages from the OHSAA. This is the Baseball State Tournament on the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hey, Ohio, not every injury happens on the field. Car wrecks, hospital mistakes, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers and 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $30 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud sponsor of Ohio High School Athletics. Injured? Just dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
2-2, bottom of the third inning in this Division III state semifinal game. Badin put up 2 in the bottom of the second. Padua answered with 2 in the top of the third. And boy, that is a huge pick-me-up for the Bears. As we mentioned, the Rams are the clear favorite in this tournament, as they seem to be every year, Eric. And Padua sends a message that they're not going to go down without a fight here.
Oh, absolutely. Great response right there. My college pitching coach was always, when you put up a run, especially if you put up a crooked number 2 more, you wanted to put up a 0. Looked like Badin was right there to get the first 2 quick outs, but 3 great ABs in a row, single, then the triple for the 2 RBIs. And now let's see, it's Martin's turn to see if he can put up a 0 on the mound and keep the momentum rolling for the Bruins.
Brent Balmanot's down on the field for us. Brent, what do you have?
Well, watching Martin warm up this half inning, and again, Todd, in talking with Coach McSweeney, he's got 2 different benders. He's got what they call a curve, but it's more of a slurve, and you're going to see it break 11-5. Then what they call his slider is more of a cut. Watched him throw it 3 times in a row during that warm-up, and he's starting to corner. So look to him to go to his favorite toy maybe a little bit more in this inning.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's got some tools in the toolbox, let's put it that way. And he has really been using that inside corner on the right-hand batters. But he will face a lefty to start the third inning, and a very good one in Chandler Taylor. And man, he struck out back in the first inning. The ball is way outside and bounces away from everybody. As we mentioned, Taylor heading to Alabama to play collegiately next year. Is a supremely talented baseball player. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. That one's way outside. Taylor leads the team with 9 doubles and 3 home runs and 29 runs batted in. He also has 3 triples. 2-0 pitch. Outside corner strike, and Taylor is the latest to have beef with Anthony Sheets' generous outside corner.
The left-handed batters have not agreed with the outside pitch so far.
Yep, for both teams. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Taylor. Taylor is one of those guys that if you don't watch him real close, if you just kind of casually watch him, you think he's not hustling because he's so smooth when he moves. It's insane how easily he glides, and he's going way faster than most anybody. Inside corner, strike 3. Boy, Taylor pulled the hips back and lifted his hands, and now he's got a few words from the umpire as he leaves the dish. He's a strikeout victim. And Taylor shaking his head as he goes back to the dugout.
Yeah, great job coming back for Martin there. Missed with 2 breaking balls early. They were both away. Then 2-0, good fastball away. Got Martin swinging. And then he's probably thinking, all right, he's got me set up off speed. That's what he got him the first time. And then, nope, fastball, great location there under the hands over the plate.
There's an off-speed pitch for a strike to Keegan Sawyer with 1 out, nobody on. Third strikeout for Chase Martin. He's allowed 3 hits. 2 runs. Only one of those was earned in that second inning. 2-2 game, bottom of 3. There's a fastball that bounces in there. The winner will come back tomorrow, but move up the road to Akron at 717 Stadium. for the Division III championship game, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Eric and I will have it for you from Akron tomorrow. The winner of this game will play the winner of CVCA and Watterson, which will follow us here at Thurman Munson Stadium. Inside corner, off-speed strike again. And there's that various assortment of breaking ball on the inside corner for Chase Martin to those right-hand batters.
Yeah, Badin hasn't been able to pick that up on that one yet, just giving up on it, and it's breaking right on in over the plate.
1-2 pitch from Martin. That one's pulled foul right into the Badin dugout. They are the home team on the grid, so they are occupying the third base dugout, and the opposite for Padua over on the first base side. The clouds have won out over the sun here since this game has started, which has helped keep the temperatures down. It was almost criminally humid and muggy earlier today, and hot and sunny, but it has improved a good deal. 1-2 pitch. Skied into center field. Ambling in and camping under it is Reed Cervenka. 2 outs. That brings up Vinny Loggle. 2 out, nobody on. 2-2 game, bottom of the third. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the OHSAA Radio Network. So Loggle will bat. Nothing happening to 2 outs. Left-hand batting first baseman for the Badin Rams. There's a pitch outside. Loggle had only 1 hit in the 2 regional games, but also walked 3 times. Got on base via hit by pitch. He scored twice. He drove in a run, so he's in the mix usually with that .565 on base percentage. There's an off-speed pitch on the outside corner for strike. And again, a left-hand batter not pleased with the outer edge. Martin now wants to take time and tuck in his shirt. That's unusual. Usually they want to untuck their shirt. And he's been working with it untucked. I don't know why he's tucking it in now, but hey, he's got a 2-run triple. And
pitchers.
He's pitchers, yeah, okay. That's like in football, you just go kickers. And you're like, okay, you do you, pal.
That's more of a lefty move than a righty.
That could be true. Here's the 1-1. That's off the edge, outside. 2-1. Well, and one thing as a coach, you don't want to get in your pitcher's head anyway. I mean, especially when they're going well. You know, he wants to tuck in his shirt or untuck it or whatever. 2-1. That one fades outside. 3-1. We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the third in this Division III state semifinal game. First day of 4 days for the state baseball tournament, which is scheduled to wrap up with a single game on Sunday morning. That would be the Division IV championship game. 3-1 pitch right down the middle. For some reason, Vinny Loggle was about to toss the bat away. He might have thought it was a little high, but certainly was over the plate. So now it's a full count. Chase Martin looking for a 1-2-3 inning would be our first of the day. And, he got it on the outside corner. And again, not a good call in the benefit by the judgment of the batter, but it's strike 3. So the Rams go in order in the third. We're tied at 2. Let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament.
Health Action Council is a member-driven, not-for-profit organization that provides employers with best practices for a healthy workforce through leadership, innovative services, and collaboration. Health Action Council works with employers to improve the quality, cost, and value of healthcare. The Ohio High School Athletic Association and Health Action Council invite all Ohio schools to join us for the Healthy Kids Step It Up Challenge. Find out details at healthykidsgo.org.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, Who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
On to the fourth inning in this Division III state semifinal game. Padua 2 and Badin 2. Todd Walker and Eric Parker here in the booth, and Brent Balmanot reporting from the field as Padua comes to bat against Caleb Dreesen. The Bruins, coached by Ryan McSweeney. This is the fifth appearance in the state tournament for the Bruins. They were state runners-up in 1977. They lost in the semis in 1984, 2005, and 2024. That last loss was to these Badin Rams 2 years ago. Patrick Loftus, the designated hitter, steps in and sees a ball outside from Caleb Dreesen. Through 3 innings, Dreesen's allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. He has struck out 3. He has hit a batter. He's not walked anybody. That one bounces in there. 2-0 to Patrick Loftus. Loftus, a .319 hitter, coming into this state tournament. Had an RBI single in the regional final win over University School. There's a strike called. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one pitch, check swing, it's high, they appeal. No swing, says Scott Stitt down at first base. 3-1. Padua played North Canton Hoover on Monday in a, actually counts as a game, but obviously you're not using your best pitchers, but there's ball 4. A lot of teams like to play between the regional and the state tournament, whether it has to be a scrimmage or an actual regular season game. Now we have a pinch runner for Padua. Coming in here will be Jose Caban. The junior will pinch run at first base for Loftus, the DH. So the leadoff man is aboard. That brings up Jacob Rivalski. Rivalski had a chance at an RBI his first time up, but he struck out looking with a runner at second and 1 out. Now he's up there with a runner at first and nobody out. Caban at first has a big lead. Bunt is foul. Now we talked about Padua. They are not at all averse to bunting. They do it with regularity and they do it well. Didn't get that one down, but
here you would expect that here, bottom of the order, get a runner in scoring position and turn the lineup over as well.
That bunt, third base side, squirts foul. So it's 0-2. Now decision time for Coach McSweeney. Do you keep the bunt on anyway?
That's a decision. You know, you're committed to it here, but striking out looking last time, so
I'd let him bunt again.
I would say I think they'll keep it on, but we'll see.
Runner at first, nobody out. 0-2 pitch. Dreesen, the extra pause, and now the batter. Somebody called time. Dreesen stepped off the slab. Now he's back on. Here's the pitch. Opposite field blooper. Drops in front of the right fielder who was playing shallow, but Cooper Clay didn't want a chance at bouncing over his head. He fields it on a hop amidst the rubber pellets out in short right field. And the first 2 men are aboard for Padua. That brings up number 9 hitter Reed Cervenka. Boy, Rivalski just kind of hit that. Looked like it was a sort of a wiffle bat. Just kind of dropped it out there.
Yeah, he went fastball away again. He just threw the barrel out, got it off the end a little bit, but served it right in front of the right fielder. And now they got something cooking again here in the 4th.
Now we're going to get a mound visit here, a little confab for the Badin Rams gives us a chance to remind you that the OHSAA donated nearly $3 million to member schools last year. Each member school received over $1,200 to help enhance the school's athletic program, and 200 student athletes received a scholarship for $1,000. In addition, $1.7 million was awarded last year to help offset travel costs to regional and state tournaments. The OHSAA, serving our member schools and enriching interscholastic opportunities for students. So the mound visit continues, and now home plate umpire Anthony Sheets will go out there and pound his gavel and say, court is adjourned. Let's resume activities, fellas.
Badin pitching coach Brett McKinney, my first recruit when I was at Ohio State. We'll never forget him. Great guy, great pitcher, competitor, and I think here too. We talked early, Dreesen. Really into it, really emotional. A lot of action. He hasn't quite had that same fire this inning so far, and I know Coach McKinney's going to say, "All right, let's go. Let's get back in it."
We need you, big fella. We need you right now. First and second, nobody out. Now time is called. They're pointing down the line out in the left field corner.
Looks like one of the assistant coaches in the bullpen was out. They're putting him back into the bullpen.
Yeah, that corner is hard for me to see. Thank you, Eric. First and second, nobody out for Padua. We're tied at 2. Bruins batting in the top of the 4th. Caleb Dreesen dealing bunt at miss. Throw back to second. They might get him. They did. What a throw by the catcher, Keegan Sawyer. They didn't get the bunt down, and he threw to the shortstop covering for the out. That is huge. A nice job by the shortstop, Ogden, to sneak in there as well.
Everything. The pitch, great breaking ball. He went right through it. Runner at second. Took a little bit too much. Without hesitation, Sawyer put right on the money on the bag, and Ogden was there to get the tag and get a big out.
So now man on first, 1 out, and a strike 2 right through there. So a missed bunt, a runner picked off, and now 0-2. And boy, the air has just come out of this inning for the Padua Bruins. And now Dreesen trying to put away Cervenka, the number 9 batter. Check swing. Did he? Nope. Home plate umpire rings him up. That's out number 2. I thought that was 3 strikes, wasn't it?
That's what I had.
Yeah, the home plate umpire is saying that's 3 strikes. He missed the bunt. That was a strike. Then he took a strike. Yeah. And then the home plate umpire there said, you did swing. That is strike 3. So 2 outs, and it brings up Bryden Spellacy. Spellacy is grounded out and struck out. That was strikeout number 4 for Caleb Dreesen, by the way. And at first, 2 outs. Fly ball, left center field. Center fielder Taylor easily there. And that's it for the Bruins in the 4th. 2-2 game. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We pause for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament on the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
The OHSAA softball and baseball state tournaments wrap up the school year and signal the start of summer. And that means the start of football season can't be too far away. This is Todd Bell. Join me and the OHSAA Radio Network crew each week during the football playoffs for the OHSAA Playoff Preview Show and the state championships in Canton the first week in December. Congratulations to all the teams competing for softball and baseball state championships over the last 2 weeks of the season. Have a great summer, and we'll see you this fall.
Hi, I'm Anthony Munoz. I didn't make it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame by letting drugs and alcohol affect my ability to play. I brought my A game every time, and that's what you should do when sharing the road. That means never getting behind the wheel under the influence and wearing your seatbelt, because it's always the best defense against a drunk driver. So whether you're driving around town or to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, never let impaired driving take you out of the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
Bottom of the 4th inning on tap here at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Canton. It is Padua 2 and Badin 2. Todd Walker and Eric Parker here in the booth, and reporting from the field is Brent Balbinot. The Badin Rams defensively kind of pulled their tail out of the fire there with that pickoff on the missed bunt.
Yeah, no, just great play there by Sawyer and Ogden to be ready for that. A lot of times the base runners will get that extra step or two anticipating the bunt going down. That's exactly what happened.
Let's see what our field man Brent Balbinot has for us. Brent, what's up?
Gentlemen, let's just say the coaching staff down that third base box has preached a little fire. They have accused their guys of getting complacent in their at-bats, lazy swings, half-hearted swings, hitting a baseball, and let's just say a few other choice to try and fire. But rest assured, I think we're going to see a different approach at the plate this inning.
Yeah, that would be the Badin dugout, by the way, and they're at bat now, facing Chase Martin, the sophomore right-hander who misses away. Badin bringing up hitters 5, 6, and 7. Colt Emerson, Austin Vangen, Cooper Clay, and they hope many more in a 2-2 game in the bottom of the fourth inning. This is Division III, first of 2 state semifinals. Fastball strike in the outside corner at the knees. Earlier today, Columbus Academy and Waynedale won in Division 5 here. Up in Akron, Hartville Lake Center Christian and Berlin Highland won in Division 6. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Martin gets another fastball over at the knees to Colt Emerson, the DH, who struck out his first time up. Martin's allowed 3 hits, 2 runs. He's struck out 4. He's hit a batter. No walks. Sophomore right-hander for Padua is ready with the 1-2 delivery. And that one bounces up there. Well, that had some spin on it. That thing spun 2 ways after it hit the ground. That was some kind of weird hybrid pitch there of some kind.
Pulled down the curve just a hair too much, but great job by Spalacy there too. Justin Casey did swing. He had it blocked and going, but now try to make the adjustment, make a pitch here, 2-2.
Chase Martin bringing it to Colt Emerson. Bounces another one. And Eric, when a pitcher maybe starts to tire, do they lose that curveball a little bit, or is it more about the fastball?
Probably depends on the day in there too. You can't, if you're getting tired, you're not getting quite the momentum, which means you're pulling down a little more and getting through it, which can lead to it being a little bit shorter.
Payoff pitch. Off speed, missed upstairs. That's the pitch he's been getting all day on the inside corner to the right-handers, but that one was up.
Yeah, that one stayed up. Didn't quite have the bend that the other ones did. And it stayed top of the zone instead of breaking down through it.
First walk issued by Martin. Here's Austin Vangen. He singled and scored his first time up. Coach Treadway hanging out the signals down there in the third base coaching box. 2-2 game, bottom of the fourth. The number 1 ranked Badin Rams looking to move into the state championship game. Scoring to bunt and doing so first base side as Vangen, first baseman, picks it up, puts on the tag just before he runs past him. And the sacrifice works. 3 unassisted on the putout. Vangen is out. Emerson is at second with 1 out for Cooper Clay. Clay had a big hit in that 2-run second. He hit a blooper out into short right center field that probably should have been caught, but the wind is a bit tricky today, swirling and kind of circular, and it landed behind the second baseman. Then the right fielder fielded it and threw it away to allow everybody to move up to second and third. Later, a 2-run single by Cummins plated the Rams' runs. Now it looks like we may have a pinch runner here, perhaps. We have Coach Treadway talking to the home plate umpire. That's going to be Anzalone, looks like. Yes, coming out of the dugout for Badin. Cooper Anzalone will run at second base. He will run for Colt Emerson. Well, obviously, Badin wants to get somebody they feel is just a smidge faster. with one out.
Up here in the fourth. Again, tie ball game. Every run right now counts.
Well, let's see if Padua tries to play mind games with the pinch runner Anzalone and maybe try to pick him off fresh off the bench. They check him, and turning back toward him is Martin. Anzalone scurries back to the bag. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Bruins. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Badin Rams, who bat here in the bottom of the fourth. A runner at second and 1 out. Shortstop sneaking in behind the runner. Ultimately, no play. Martin pitches and misses with an off speed. One ball, no strikes to Cooper Clay, the Badin right fielder. Martin really takes his time between pitches. Clay, the sophomore right-hand batter, cuts and loops it towards second. The shortstop back behind the bag will pick it off for the out. That one got in his kitchen a little bit, kind of fisted it out of beyond second base, but it's out number 2.
Yeah, really nice location there. Obviously 1-0, hitters count, fastball count, but got in right on the hands, wasn't able to get the barrel to it. Nice play by the shortstop to cut it off and make the catch behind the bag.
So it's up to Eli Wolpert here for the Badin Rams. Wolpert is a very adept bunter. Not sure if he'd be thinking that here. Runner at second, 2 outs, but first baseman is playing near the line and behind the bag. Wolpert could think about laying down a bunt just to get Taylor to the plate. Instead, he swings away, and it's a slow roller towards second. Charged by Riley. Throw to first in time. So leadoff walk, but nothing for Badin. On to the 5th, tied at 2. Let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament.
Ohio Health Sports Medicine is proud to keep student athletes healthy and in the game, and is the official sports medicine partner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Serving Ohio since 1891, Ohio Health medical experts are now available in 47 counties and help keep athletes ready to compete and active adults on the road to healthy living. Log on to ohiohealth.com or call 614-566-GAME anytime. Ohio Health, elite care for every athlete.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to ohsaa.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
The 5th inning here in Canton in this Division III state semifinal game. Padua 2, Badin 2. Todd Walker and Eric Parker here in the booth. Brent Balbinot reporting from the field. Glad to have you tuning in all around the state and all around the world, whether you're on the OHSAA radio network or NFHS network, online or over the air, however you're joining us. It's good to have you on board. So 4 innings in the books. We ain't decided nothing here, Eric Parker, and we get to the nitty-gritty now.
Oh yeah, this is what you expect when you get here to the States. You're no team's on a losing streak coming in right now. Everybody's playing their best baseball and going through, and they're going to be fighting every pitch.
Michael Reese, the left-hand batting shortstop, steps in for Padua to lead it off. First pitch from Caleb Dreesen is ball 1. Reese, the junior infielder, has played in every game this season for the Bruins. Second on the team with 18 stolen bases. Takes ball 2. He got on with a single back in the first inning. And he struck out looking. Outside corner strike with the fastball. 2-1. Reese was maybe the first to be demonstrably, visibly upset with that generous outside corner. He goes the other way with this one. It is slicing and dropping harmlessly foul down the left field line.
I mean, and the pitch has been called there for, I mean, both pitchers, both teams, and pretty much against every lefty.
Right.
So you've got to, we've always say you got to adjust to what it is. And if he's going out there, you know you got to be able to cover that pitch, especially with 2 strikes.
And we have 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Turns on one, pulls it to right. That's got some carry to it. Right fielder all the way back. Reaches up against the wall. He got it. Cooper Clay, are you kidding me? Oh, he used all of right field there to haul it in just as he ran into the fence. A tremendous grab by Cooper Clay.
I mean, yeah, great jump from the start, full speed the whole time, never took his eye off it, and that's sometimes you get in a stadium you're really not familiar with, but great play, caught it 2 steps from the track and ran right in.
There's a strike on the inside corner to Braylon Benson.
Taking extra bases away. Just outstanding play to start the inning here from Cooper Clay.
Well, especially he was playing fairly shallow, and Reese really turned on that pitch. There's strike 2, meanwhile, to Benson. And you know what? I think Cooper Clay said, this is a big stadium. I'm just going to keep running. I got a long way to go. 0-2 pitch. Slapped on a line drive the other way. Foul.
I think that might have gotten Dreesen a little more. Those last few fastballs seem to have a little bit more behind them than he'd had the last inning and a half.
We're tied at 2. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 0-2. Fastball is high to Benson. I guess now you could say, what, 3/4 of the earth's covered with water. Cooper Clay covers the rest. Huh?
Definitely on that play.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Braylon Benson. Dreesen fires, missed inside. 2-2. Benson has reached on an error and has a base hit. So he's 1 for 2. Sophomore first baseman awaits the pitch from Dreesen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One's tapped foul right at the feet of the catcher. These teams scored 2 runs in back-to-back innings. Bottom of the 2nd for Badin. Top of the 3rd for Padua. We're now in the top of the 5th with the Bruins batting. Nobody on and 1 out. There's a hard hit ball to 3rd. Collected by Vangen. Wide throw, but Lago comes off the base and tags Benson as he tries to slide in under him. 2 out.
Yeah, nice play by Lago there. Vangen just arm got a little low, ball sailed just a little bit, but Lago didn't hesitate, came off the bag, knew he had time, got in position to make the tag.
You know, I've seen this, had a couple of plays in the big leagues. Why don't we go with the double first base? What do you think?
Probably
strike called.
Tough to get everybody to be able to put it in and turf
do
field.
it for softball.
I don't know.
You're trying to come up with a reason.
Same way in college, yeah, I don't know.
How do we not? Because it makes too much sense. There's a check swing
that
that's
being said,
not a check.
they make them now where you just, it has the plate, you stick it
it's
through
just
the
like
back
a regular
that's
base,
in,
yeah.
and they're through. So, yeah, I don't know.
0-2 to Cangelosi after that half swing, and this is a little looping line drive fielded deep in the hole by the shortstop Ogden. Bounced across, stretched by Lago, got him. That's pretty right there. 1-2-3 inning for Dreesen. This first he's had today. On to the bottom of the 5th. Badin and Padua tied at 2. As we pause for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association, this is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament on the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Once again this June, it's a double play Akron as host of both the OHSAA softball and baseball state tournaments. For almost 20 years, the OHSAA softball state tournament has been held at historic Firestone Stadium, while the baseball state tournament is now hosted at both Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Canton and 717 Credit Union Park in downtown Akron. The Akron Summit County Convention and Visitors Bureau is proud to host Double Play Akron. Learn more at visitakron-summit.org.
Hometown is the online ticketing partner
of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Access all OHSAA tournament events through Hometown, which gives fans a simple and secure way to search, buy, manage, and access your tickets when you arrive at the game. Hometown is trusted by schools across Ohio and thousands of schools nationwide to make game day effortless. Visit hometown.com or download the Hometown Fan app to get in the game.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
4.5 innings in the books in this Division III state semifinal game here at Thurman Munson Stadium in Canton. Padua 2, Badin 2. The top-ranked Rams coming to bat in the bottom of the fifth. They will again be looking at the right-hand offerings of sophomore Chase Martin, who has held them at bay on 3 hits, 2 runs, one of them unearned. We are tied at 2. Our man Brent Balbinot is getting his steps in down covering the dugouts today. Brent, what's up?
I had a dry piece of toast for breakfast. I believe I'm in negative calorie deficit right now, Todd. So I'm getting my workout in. Look, again, down in that Rams dugout, same plea coming from Coach Treadway and the assistants. Chase Martin is now working multiple benders for strikes. In effect, he's kind of rocked the Rams hitters to sleep, and they've been challenged. You're getting a little passive. You're coming underneath the baseball. The challenge has gone out for another inning. Commit, but work the count a little deeper. They feel they've chased some of his stuff, and be confident hitting with 1, even 2 strikes. We'll wait and see if that approach comes to play this inning.
Well, Cade Cummins will be the first to try to demonstrate the lesson. The number 9 batter has the big hit in this game for Badin, a 2-out, 2-run single in the second inning. That ball brushes him back a little, a fastball up and in. Cummins came up after Wolpert had apparently bunted for a hit, but was called out as the umpire said the ball hit him after he left the batter's box. And that took a run off the board at the time. There's another one up and in. But the next batter was Cummins, and he delivered that looping base hit to left field. It scored 2. It's kind of a blooper, kind of a looping line drive that Rafalski chose to field on a bounce, and rather than take the chance and dive at it or make the tough catch. All 3. Martin has not been particularly close with these first 3 pitches, so see if he can reel it back in here in the 5th inning. We're tied at 2. Here's a strike. Of course, the Rams really want to get to the top of that lineup. Ogden and Taylor and Sawyer all can really do damage. And we're in the 5th now. 3-1 pitch, outside corner strike. Full count. So Martin trying to do it the hard way. He started 3-0. It's now 3-2. Cade Cummins awaiting. Here it is. High fastball popped back out of play. 2-2 game in this state semifinal. Another payoff pitch coming from Padua right-hander Chase Martin. That's another foul ball. Martin entered the inning with 54 pitches through 4 innings. Pretty pitch efficient. But here, he's already thrown 7 pitches to Cade Cummins. Let's see what pitch number 7 will bring us. All 4. That was up over the head of the right-hand batter. Didn't snap that one off very well, did he, Eric?
No, nice job by Cummings there to spoil a couple of those fastballs away. Not thinking it might be a ball. Force him, fight it. Made him come try to get breaking ball out on the full count. Couldn't quite do, drew the walk. Puts Bate into position here to start the 5th.
Yeah, the 8-pitch walk. And now we get to the top of the lineup with a bunch of dangerous hitters, beginning with Derek Ogden. Sophomore shortstop hitting .422, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 16 runs batted in on the year. Leads the team in hits and runs and stolen bases. Picked to first and diving back in is Cummins. 2-2 game. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Cade Cummins has 5 steals. Badin, even with all their great hitting, they do steal a base or 3. They've got 107 on the season. Another pick back to first. Padua with 100 stolen bases even. Both these teams will run on you. Two-two score, bottom of the fifth inning. Martin finally delivers. It's bunted, popped up, could be caught. Catcher doesn't see it though, it lands behind him. Oh man, tough break for Badin Spellacy. He whipped that mask off and was looking for the ball, but it had spun behind him in the air, and he didn't know it. And by the time he figured it out, he couldn't get to it.
Yeah, as he moved for the pitch was a little down in, and his left foot took him to third base, and unfortunately the bunt popped up back behind the first base batter's box and couldn't quite get there.
So it's just a strike. Runner on first with leadoff walk. Let's see if the bunt remains on for Ogden. Martin out of the stretch here. Turns and whips it to first. Diving back in is Cummins. Bottom of the fifth in this state semifinal game. Padua and Badin. They met in the semifinals 2 years ago with the Rams winning. Bruins trying to turn the tables and make it to the title game for the second time in school history. 0-1 pitch. The bunt is on. It's popped up again. This one's way back out of play, though, straight back. So Ogden, not great execution on the bunt. Both of them popped up, Eric, which is, of course, exactly the opposite of what you'd like to do.
Yeah, has gotten away, both pitches over the plate, just not quite able to get on top of the ball to get it down. Now again, we have that question. Do you keep trying to sacrifice, or do you let him swing away?
Now the dangerous Chandler Taylor in the on-deck circle. Ball's 2 strikes, another throw to first, and easily diving back in is Cade Cummins. Ogden 0 for 2. Flew out to right, popped up to first. Martin dealing. Hit hard to third, backing up and fielding, throwing to second for the out as Cangelosi just did get that throw to second in time to beat Cade Cummins. So Ogden is on the fielder's choice. 1 out.
Yep, nice play by Cangelosi. Ball wasn't hit very hard, and it was down the line, but no hesitation, knew where he was going with the ball, and made a real strong throw to second base to get the force.
Well, here's Chandler Taylor. Superstar center fielder has come up empty twice against Martin. He struck out swinging and struck out looking. See what he does with a third go-round. Runner at first, 1 out. Tie game, bottom of the fifth inning. 2-2 apiece. There's a strike in the outside corner.
Martin has done a really good job with Taylor of using that outside corner, working his changeup off of it. And then last time when he got up in the count, threw fastball in, got him looking. Hasn't seen a ton of breaking balls. We'll see if he'll go for that pitch here.
Runner on first, 1 out. No balls and a strike to Taylor. High, runner going, throw down, bounces and skips through, but the runner will stay right there, diving in with the stolen base is Derek Ogden, his team leading 21st of the season.
Yeah, nice jump there by Ogden. Not much Spellacy could do there. The throw was just a little short and couldn't quite pick it. Got the stolen base, and now the go-ahead run in scoring position.
And Taylor will try to deliver it, and if he can't do it, Keegan Sawyer will get a chance. 1 out. Badin looking to reclaim the lead. They led 2-0 after scoring 2 in the bottom of the third. Padua scored 2 in the top of the fourth to tie it. We're still there here in the bottom of the fifth. Martin wheels and fakes to second. Martin now at 67 pitches with 1 out here in the 4th. You would presume plenty of gas left in his tank. Looks a long time at the second base runner and now steps off the back of the slab.
Nice job by Ogden there. Shortstop cleared. Coaches let him know, extended his lead, forced Martin to step off so he couldn't steal third.
1-1 pitch. Taylor bunts at it, offered at it, missed it. That's a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on second, 1 out for the Rams here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We're deadlocked at 2 apiece. They wheel and throw back behind Ogden at second, but he dives back in ahead of the tag by Reese.
Yeah, timing play there by Padua, but Ogden, he just had his lead, was watching, did a really nice job. Good execution on the timing too, but Ogden was ready for it and had a good lead.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see what's on right now. The pitch, runner going. It bounces into the catcher. It's an easy stolen base for Ogden. And ball 2 to Taylor. Talk about a perfect pitch to run on.
Yeah, he was going out thinking he might get something off speed to the batter. Great jump and balls down. Nothing Spellis he could do.
So Taylor now, fly ball would give Badin the lead. Presumably outfield is playing deep against Taylor. Infield now playing in with a 2-2 game in the bottom of the 5th. Runner at third, 1 out. 2-2 pitch is high, full count.
Shooting for that outside corner again, but just a hair late. Ball sailed on him a little bit and was high.
So it's Martin v. Taylor again. Full count. All 4 outside. And that generous outside corner is not that generous. And the Padua fans really thought they had another called strike 3, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they wanted it. That one tailed off just a little bit more. You can see the catcher's mitt kind of move even a little more outside. And a really good take there by Taylor, considering the 2 previous ABs.
And, give Martin credit. He didn't give in to Taylor, give him something good to hit.
Yeah.
Not that Sawyer's any kind of pushover, but maybe you like the righty-righty matchup a little better. You don't want to groove anything to Taylor, that's for sure. Now we're going to get a meeting of the Bruins in the middle of the diamond here with runners at first and third, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th. This game is tied at 2. So obviously a huge play here coming up. And we remind fans that you have several social media options to connect with the OHSAA. You can follow us on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, where you'll find tournament updates, event announcements, videos, news from around the state, and more on the OHSAA social media platforms. We have you covered every day. I assume some of these people walking around are as our crack social media staff. Yeah, there you go. Don't put us on the social media. That would be bad. We can't sing or dance or anything. Well, I don't know. Eric maybe can. No? All right, the confab is over. This is a critical juncture. First and third, 1 out. Badin batting in the bottom of the 5th. The game is tied. This is Keegan Sawyer at the dish. Meanwhile, a throw to first, and Taylor is back. Good speed on each corner. Ogden at third, Taylor at first.
Padua was playing up the middle, double play. Corners are in.
That's probably the conventional wisdom here. First pitch to Sawyer. Popped up. In play. Foul territory, right side. First baseman Benson gets to it for the out. How big is that?
Huge out
Two
right there.
outs.
Really, really nice pitch. Again, he's done a great job of executing that fastball, middle in, getting it on the hands. And one that Sawyer was ready for that fastball, but just great location, got on the hands, got the pop up. But still not done yet. Another huge out here to try to leave him stranded.
That's Vinny Logel. Runners on the corners, now 2 outs. Logel is fly out and a strikeout looking. Tie game in the bottom of the 5th. Runners on the corners for Logel. Off-speed pitch fades outside. Again, they're at normal or double play depth up the middle, although we have 2 outs. First baseman holding on the bag with Taylor. Third baseman playing pretty even with the bag over there against the left-hand batting Vinny Logel. 1-0 to the left-hand batting first baseman. Taylor takes off from first as the ball is fouled off. He'll head on back to first base. 1-1 strike on Logel.
Good swing by Logel there. Just missed the fastball. And that's Martin has been fighting command of his off-speed this inning. He's going to really need to find that second pitch here to try to get Logel out.
Logel, 26 RBI on the season. Love to add to that total right now, give his team the lead. There's a throw to first. Taylor was not very far off the bag. The pace is slowed here with the pressure on, a tie game in the 5th inning. 1-1 strike to Vince Logel. Chase Martin looks at first base, sees Taylor there. Ogden over at third. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-1. And again, fans wanting an even bigger outside corner than they've been getting.
Same thing as before. You can see the catcher's mitt kind of move away. Definitely mean the ball's a little too far off to catch that corner.
2 balls and a strike. Off speed, that caught the outside corner. 2-2. That's the best breaking pitch this inning, I think.
By far.
Yeah.
That one he got on top, curved it right back in. Really great pitch, especially in a fastball count there to be able to execute there. Great job finding it now. 2-2, 2 outs. Can he find it again?
Some might say deuce is wild. 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 game. The pitch. Outside, full count. So you know the drill. Taylor will be off on the pitch at first base, and with his speed, he could score on a single if he dropped it in the right place. Ogden is over at third. He won't need much of a head start. Logel crowding the plate in that left-hand batter's box. Trying to break this tie. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 4. Wow, close inside. And the bases are loaded for Colt Emerson. Boy, that was a tough pitch to take. Logel's got better eye than I do, I'll tell you that much. 4th walk by Martin, 3 of them in this inning. So, Colt Emerson bats with the bases loaded. Emerson, a strikeout and a walk on his resume for the day. Off-speed pitch is rolled to short. Fielded, throwing across. Reese gets the out. And Martin wiggles off the hook and a jam of his own making. He walks 3, but no runs come across. We go to the 5th. Badin 2. Padua 2. Let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament.
Health Action Council is a member-driven, not-for-profit organization that provides employers with best practices for a healthy workforce through leadership, innovative services, and collaboration. Health Action Council works with employers to improve the quality, cost, and value of healthcare. The Ohio High School Athletic Association and Health Action Council invite all Ohio schools to join us for the Healthy Kids Step It Up Challenge. Find out details at healthykidsgo.org.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
On to the sixth we go. Badin and Padua tied at 2. We remind you this broadcast is a presentation of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network and the NFHS Network. Any commercial use, retransmission, or distribution without the express written consent of the OHSAA and the NFHS is strictly prohibited. The announcers and production staff for this game were selected by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more information, log on to the OHSAA Radio Network at ohsaa.org. Now that the lawyers got paid, back to baseball. Tied at 2. Here comes Padua in the top of the 6th inning. Caleb Dreesen's first pitch is a strike to Chase Martin. Pitcher v. pitcher here. Unlike Dreesen, Martin does bat. Dreesen working quickly. Martin swinging and missing quickly. 0-2. Chase, a 2-run triple. He split the gap in left center field, and it rolled all the way to the wall in between the Thurman and Munson out there and plated a couple. But he's behind 0-2 here, and Dreesen working and missing outside. One ball, 2 strikes. Chase Martin trying to start something here in the 5th inning. 2-2 the score. 1-2 pitch is down and scooped up on the short hop by the catcher, Sawyer, in the opposite batter's box. 2-2. Right hand batting Martin back in. Right hand pitching Dreesen. Delivers. Swing and a miss. Got him. 1 up, 1 down. Brent Balbinot is our field reporter. BB, what you got?
Tell you what, you don't need to light a fire underneath that Franciscan dugout. Coach McSweeney called everybody up before they started to take their bats, and he said, you just took the momentum away from him. His pitch to his players now, move the line. Nobody do more than they have to, just move the line.
Yeah, you know, Brent, as ball 1 bounces in there, we talked about it in the break, Eric. Badin, the bases loaded there, didn't score. That's very deflating, and if Padua could put something on him here, boy, you really ratchet up the pressure.
Absolutely.
That's the message, but Dreesen doesn't care about that message. He's out there trying to set him down in order.
He's done a great job here. Offense couldn't quite get it done, get a lead for him, but he's coming out, pounding the zone, making good pitches.
That was dive right at third, picked off by the third baseman. Van Gen throw across for the out. Another tremendous defensive play by the Badin Rams. That ball was hit hard on the ground by Brendan Riley, but diving right at the bag was Van Gen. He was not playing deep. He's playing pretty even with the bag, and he speared it and made the gun across. 2 up, 2 down.
Great play by Vangen there. Got the barrel in. That ball was looking like it wanted to shoot down in the corner. He dove, got it right up. Great throw.
First pitch to Loftus is a strike. Badin really has shown defensively today. Had the pickoff at second on the missed bunt. He had the long running catch at the wall and right by Cooper Clay. Now the diving play down the line at third by Van Gen. Meanwhile, Loftus took strike 2. Caleb Dreesen is wound up and ready, and he delivers. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Loftus is out shopping, and maybe Big Mo swings back toward Badin as Dreesen mows him down. On to the bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 2. We pause for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament on the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Yes! Big money bet right there.
Dad, what's a big money bet? Can I do it?
Well, sweetie, betting is risky, so it's only for adults.
But I want to win money too.
I won this time, but I don't always win. That's why it's called gambling. And it's not for kids, okay?
Okay.
Let's just watch the game.
Youth who gamble are 4 times more likely to experience a gambling disorder as an adult. Be aware, check for risks, guide their choices, help prevent youth gambling. Visit ChangeTheGameOhio.org.
You practice hard, you play hard, you're always reaching for your goals. You reach for the next point, the next yard, the next win. And after the game, reach for low-fat chocolate milk. It has the fluids to rehydrate you, the right mix of protein and carbs to refuel you, and the vitamins and minerals to help you build strong bones and bodies. Fuel up with chocolate milk. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Thurman Munson Stadium in Canton. Division III state semifinal game. Badin 2, Padua 2. The Badin Rams coming to bat against Chase Martin. Martin has thrown 79 pitches through 5 innings. He has allowed 3 hits. He has walked 4 and hit a batter. He has struck out 4, but he has kept his team right in the game, tied at 2, and he delivered the 2 runs at the plate with a triple. So clearly Chase Martin's been the star of the game for Padua, but now you really start to get down to the pressure moments of a game. Bottom of the 6th inning. Of course, Badin right now, they're thinking, hey, let's push across a run and close this baby out in the 7th.
No, that absolutely. Again, great job, Martin, last inning, getting out of that jam. Really, really nice play by Rice at shortstop to get out of it. But then Dreesen comes right back, has a 1-2-3 inning, gets Badin right back out in there to hit. And they're going to see what they can do to execute, try to get that go-ahead run.
By the way, Badin's Caleb Dreesen has set down the last 8 Bruins, so he is tuned in. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Rams, beginning with left fielder, or I should say 6, 7, 8, beginning with third baseman Austin Vangen. And he takes an off-speed strike in the outside corner from Chase Martin. Vangen singled and scored in the 2nd, sack bunt in the 4th. 2-2 game. Bottom of the 6th inning. There's kind of a half swing and a miss. So Vangen down 0-2 here. Vangen just made a tremendous defensive play at the hot corner last half inning. Martin ready with the 0-2. High. Interesting to watch Martin and Dreesen. Martin steps off the back of the rubber almost every pitch. Dreesen almost never leaves it if he doesn't have to. He's ready. As soon as he catches the ball, he's ready to pitch. Martin is a little more deliberative. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Off speed, stayed upstairs.
Yeah, with the pitch comms now too, each pitcher is a little different. Dreesen's right up there. Give it to me. I'm going.
Yep.
Martin gets it. All right. What pitch is it? All right. I'm going to get on the rubber, focus in, and then go.
2-2. Outside of the fastball. He hops around a little bit. Wanted that call. Full count. 84 pitches now for Martin as we play in the bottom of the 6th inning. Payoff pitch coming to the Badin third baseman, Austin Vangen. And he fouls it away. Down the right field side, bending out of play. Great facility here at Thurman Munson Stadium in Canton. Of course, the McKinley Bulldogs call this home. There's a auxiliary field just off to our right. Which looks nicer than almost anybody else's main field. That is spectacular, but we're here at the main stadium. The training facility down the left field line. Payoff pitch again. High, ball 4. 5th walk issued by Martin. And boy, with a team as potent as Badin is with the bats, it's a minor miracle he's worked around all that traffic. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the OHSAA Radio Network. Here's Cooper Clay. He's got maybe the best defensive play of the day as he raced back to the warning track and crashed into the wall and right to haul in a fly ball off the bat of Reese. He's bunting here. Popped up third base side. Third baseman will get there and catch it. Michael Cangelosi puts it away for out number one. So the bunt fails. And now the runner caught him sleeping and takes off for second. He's going to get it. How about that? Well, after the play, while Padua was talking and gathered around each other, tagging up at first was Vangen, and he scoots into second. You talk about heads-up play. Padua going to plead their case that that was an illegal play, but time had not been called that I saw.
Yeah, I didn't either. I saw him run, and once I saw him gather back toward the field, I kind of looked down, and then, heads up by Vangen there to realize no one was at the bag, and they weren't really looking up, and was able to execute the sacrifice without the sacrifice.
I guess you call that is that a stolen base then? I think it'd have to be, yeah, because the ball was caught. It wasn't a sacrifice.
Sack fly?
I don't know. I'm gonna call it a stolen base. I don't know what the stat people are gonna call it. That's one you need to look in the manual, I think, to make sure we get it right. The practical application is there's a man at second with one out, no matter how you score it. And there is a strike in the outside corner to Eli Wolpert. That's just attention to detail by Austin Vangen. Some kind of heads-up play. 0-1 to Wolpert, the left-hand batting left fielder. Swings and hits it to the second baseman off his glove as he dove for it. It's going to be right there for a base hit, but not able to advance off second as Vangen. Brendan Riley dove to his right, and it just trickled off his glove as he hit the ground, but he saved a run right there.
Oh, yeah, great effort right there. Diving to his right, reaching up. Unfortunately, ball just kind of hit off the heel as he was reaching for it. But that being said, saved a run for sure. Allowed it. If that gets in the gap, that's definitely a run for Vangen, even with him holding to see if he was going to catch it. So that is the best case scenario right there on that play.
Cade Cummins. That's with 2 on and 1 out. Martin chases the runner back to second. That's Vangen. Wolpert's at first. Badin Rams trying to break this tie in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Vangen doing his best, trying to time up the lift there for Martins and see if he can steal third.
Or at least get a good jump on any ball that's hit. First and second, 1 out. Martin checking him and now going back to second. Faking, not throwing. Here's where the chess match really gets going. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Martin, little slide step delivery, misses inside. Cummins has the only RBI in this game for the Rams, a 2-out single in the 2nd inning. He scored Vangen and Clay with that base hit. Trying to now drive in the go-ahead run again. Pulls it past third, foul. Badin led 2-0 when that play happened, but Padua answered with 2 on the top of the 4th on a 2-run triple by Chase Martin. We're still tied at 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Chase Martin, the sophomore right-hander for Padua, now over 90 pitches, trying to hold him off. First and second, 1 out. And more gamesmanship as Martin steps off. Vangen was hopping around out there at second base, trying to get that big secondary lead. The tension mounts here at Thurman Munson Stadium. Another 1-1 pitch. Looped over short. It drops. Center fielder has it on a hop. Vangen's going to try and score. Throw to the plate, and he is sliding in safe. Badin takes the lead. Pretty good throw by Reed Cervenka, but Vangen had just enough to slide in under the tag. The ball was subsequently dropped by the catcher attempting to tag anyway, but Badin has the lead.
Yeah, no hesitation. Vangen, once he read, was going, no hesitation by Coach Treadway there in third base coaching box, had him going. And again, really, really good throw, but Vangen, great angle around third, was able to beat the play. And even though the ball was dropped, he was there and safe to give Badin the lead here in the sixth.
Cade Cummins, the number 9 batter, has driven in all 3 Badin runs. First and second, again now, and Ogden batting. Strike in the inside corner. Well, now Martin's really got to bow his neck, as they say, because the real studs in his lineup are now up, and this could get blown open. You want to keep it right here. Bruins only have one more at-bat guaranteed to them here as we are in the bottom of the sixth. 3-2, Badin with the lead. Just missed. I think.
Just a little down, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 2-0.
The first pitch was a strike.
Oh, it was? Okay,
yeah.
1-1.
Yeah, good curveball, and then that one. Good spot, but just off the knees low.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ogden is 0 for 3 today. There's an off-speed pitch. Strike 2. It was up in the zone, but right down the middle. Badin has just taken the lead on an RBI single by Cade Cummins, and still a chance for more. With first and second and 1 out. Chase Martin. 1-2 pitch. Oh, boy, he really pulled a string there. Had Ogden way out in front. Swinging strike 3. Second out of the inning. And here comes Chandler Taylor.
Just a little more off on that, but also a little bigger break, too. Really nice pitch there at 1-2.
So here's Chandler Taylor.
Looks like Padua has got Jack DeGeeter, have him warming up, lefty.
Yeah, Jack DeGeeter, yep.
They're going to stick with Martin.
That ball bounces over to the third base side off the catcher. Both runners advance. Now second and third on that wild pitch.
Really nice read there by the base runners, seeing it go up the line and left. Spilisi did all he could, but ball bounced just a little too far out in front. Couldn't control it in front.
So now if Taylor can find a way to put this ball into the outfield, 2 more runs are going to score, and that would be what we call playing add-on. Badin has scored here in the bottom of the sixth to take a 3-2 lead. Martin now approaching 100 pitches at 97. Second and third, 2 outs. 1-0 pitch to Taylor is hit to left center. That's got some carry to it. That's going to be over everybody's head and bouncing. And Taylor's got a 2-run double. And Badin leads by 3, 5-2. Chandler Taylor delivers a 2-run double. And the Rams with some breathing room at 3 outs away from heading to the state championship game.
Well, Taylor, who has been wanting more to not agree with the outside pitch for his other bats. Really nice adjustment there. Got a pitch away, stayed on it, drove it to left center, and 2 really, really big insurance runs there for Badin.
It's a 3 spot for the Rams. And we are going to have a pitching change for the Padua Bruins. The sophomore Chase Martin will exit to a standing ovation from his crowd. Well deserved. And the Padua Bruins will make the change. They're going to bring in Jack DeGeeter, a senior who would be the starting pitcher tomorrow if things had gone according to plan. And Who knows? Still could be if he has a short enough outing here and they rally. But right now he's just going to try and stop the bleeding as the Badin Rams have scored 3 times here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fans, programs for this OHSAA state tournament are currently on sale. Tournament qualifiers, history and records, and other exciting features are included. You can order a copy by going to the OHSAA website. That is ohsaa.org. And click on Tickets and Fan Guide. And let me tell you something. Nowadays we've become accustomed to going to games. They don't really have programs. They got a sheet of paper with a roster on it or something. The OHSAA state tournament programs are the real deal. These are actual programs. Pictures of the teams, all kinds of great information about this year's teams, history of results, a little synopsis of last year. It lists a lot of award winners, and it is outstanding. So if you have a team in this state tournament and you can't be here to buy a program, order one. You will keep it as a keepsake. I've collected all of mine over the years. They're great reference points if you need it for that, but I guarantee you, when you look back at that program years from now, it'll bring back everything because it is so good and so voluminous with its information. So we encourage you to buy one. If you're not here to buy one, go to ohsa.org, click on the Tickets and Fan Guide tab, and you will be happy you did. So DeGeter is on, and here is Keegan Sawyer. Off-speed strike from DeGeter. The senior left-hander doesn't throw nearly as hard as Martin, but has a lot of lefties. He's crafty and knows how to get outs. There's a slow roller to third. Cangelosi throws across for the out, but Badin scores 3 in the 6th inning. They're 3 outs away from a win in the state semifinal. We go to the 7th. Badin 3, Padua 2. Let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament.
Telhio Credit Union knows the financial playing field is constantly changing, so we're here to make sure you are always one step ahead. A trusted partner since 1934, Telhio has been providing financial services to communities throughout Ohio and is dedicated to serving its members as a not-for-profit institution. Telhio is committed to giving back to the community by offering financial education, sponsoring local events, and supporting charitable organizations. At Telhio, we take banking personally. Visit us at telhio.org.
Hi, I'm Anthony Munoz. I didn't make it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame by letting drugs and alcohol affect my ability to play. I brought my A game every time, and that's what you should do when sharing the road. That means never getting behind the wheel under the influence and wearing your seatbelt, because it's always the best defense against a drunk driver. So whether you're driving around town or to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, never let impaired driving take you out of the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety.
The Badin Rams are 3 outs away from advancing to the state championship game here in Division III. They just scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to break a 2-2 tie. And Caleb Dreesen will go out there with the aim of finishing what he started. And this guy is what you call a hoss, Eric Parker. This is a guy that if you went out there to try and take that ball from him at any point in the 7th inning, you're probably taking your life in your hands.
I'm going to say he's, you're going to want to have some backup if that was your plan. But he really hit a little spell there. Coach McKinney came out. They got great job on the back pick, got him out of the inning. He has been lights out since, and obviously going to be looking to see if he can close it out here. But they like say a lot of times, those last 3 outs be the toughest to get.
You're referring to the 4th inning when Dreesen issued a walk and a single to begin the inning, and then a missed bunt turned into an out at second base when Keegan Sawyer threw behind the runner, and then a strikeout and a fly ball ended that, and Dreesen is set down 8 in a row heading into this inning, and he jumps ahead of the leadoff man, Jacob Rivalski, with his 90th pitch of the game. Strike 1. Strike 2. 5-2, Badin leads. We're in the top of the 7th. The Padua Bruins need at least 3 or their season comes to an end in this semifinal game. And Dreesen overthrows that one a bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dreesen has struck out 6. He's hit a batter. He's walked a batter. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Dreesen will not get his 12th career strikeout or shutout today, but he has been in control most of the time. There's a line drive foul down the first baseline, a bid for extra bases by the right-hand hitting Rafalski, who's 1 for 2. He struck out looking in the second. He singled in the fourth. That was that situation we just relived a minute ago. Dreesen, 2-2 pitch. Up and in. Nope, hit him. That clipped his hand. Clipped his left hand or his bottom hand in that right-hand batter's box, and he's in some pain. Well, now he's coming back to the box. What did they call? I thought they called hit by pitch. They must say hit the knob of the bat. And Coach McSweeney wants them to ask the third base umpire at very least, I believe. Just because it hurt your hand doesn't mean it hit your hand directly. It could hit the knob of that bat and sting quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Your hand's a part of it. If he says it hit that as well, and that's obviously what he ruled.
So it's a foul ball. 2-2 pitch. That's fouled out of play. I'm not accusing Rafalski of acting or anything, but I'm sure it hurt.
It definitely got part of his hand too, but he ruled it also. It got more of the bat there and clipped, so therefore foul ball.
So after another foul away, here's another 2-2 pitch. Another foul out of play. Boy, Rafalski doing what you would expect. He's battling.
Oh, yeah, just anything he can there to stay alive and find his way on base.
Hoping to find something he can put in play for a base hit or work a walk, but spoil those tough ones that are borderline. 2-2 again. Onside, full count. Boy, everybody with their holding their breath on that ball. So it's a full count to the leadoff man for Padua here in the 7th. They need at least 3 to extend the season. Swing and a miss. Catcher Sawyer will have to throw to first. He does to complete the strikeout. That ball was down in the turf. Rafalski swung over it. That's 9 in a row set down by Dreesen, and his 7th strikeout. He has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter, it looks like, for Padua. This will be Carter Palange.
I believe coach just got thrown out.
Well, yeah, he's going to the dugout. I was looking at my roster for Palange and all that, and you're right. He ain't going back to the third base coaching box, so he must have got tossed.
He's making his own change with the coach's box.
So Palange, left-hand batter, takes a strike on the outside corner. Palange is a sophomore. Takes one outside. Palange was the starting right fielder, but he broke his hand the last week of the regular season. He just started playing again in the regional. So this young man looking to make some noise here with his team down 3 in the state semifinal. Takes one inside. It's 2-1. 5-2. Badin with the lead. Top of the 7th inning. Palange steps out. Palange pinch hitting for center fielder Reed Cervenka here. 1 out in the 7th. Dreesen delivers a 2-1. There's an inside-out blooper to left. It's down for a hit. Carter Palange battles back from that late season injury to really contribute here down the stretch in this tournament run for the Bruins.
Yep, got in, but just like I said, inside out perfectly between the shortstop, third baseman, bouncing there in front of the left fielder.
So they turn the lineup over to Bryden Spellacy, and now they're going to get a pinch runner as well. This will be Reed Cervenka actually re-entering. So Cervenka comes back in to run after he was pinch hit for. Of course, everybody gets a re-entry in high school baseball, so Cervenka now cannot go out again unless he stays out if this game should be extended. Spellacy takes a strike. That was pitch 101 from Dreesen. He's 2 outs away from a complete game win. Badin leads 5-2. 1 out, man at first. 0-1 pitch. Outside. 1-1. Catcher Keegan Sawyer telling this dugout, guys, that was outside.
Yeah, Sawyer's done a great job of being the communicator back there, both team and to his coaching staff.
Quick throw to first base. Not sure why Dreesen would even be worried about the man at first. He's got a 3-run lead, 2 outs to get. That runner is technically meaningless at this point. 1 ball, 1 strike to Spellacy. Swing and a miss. Boy, Dreesen, nice good off-speed pitch. He hasn't thrown a lot of those the last few innings as he's really had the fastball working, but that was a beaut right there. That single by Palange snapped a string of 9 straight outs. Spellacy down 1-2, digs in. Swing and a miss. Throw back to first. They've got the runner picked off, but the first baseman drops the ball. And moving to second is Cervenka. So I guess we'll give the error to the first baseman. We got to call it something. So the advancement by Cervenka to second, but there's 2 outs, and Michael Reese will bat. Strikeout number 8 for Caleb Dreesen. The Badin Rams 1 out away. Their last state championship came in 1996. Since then, 5 times they've been back to the championship game only to lose. There's a ball inside. Coach Treadway has taken his team to the championship game many times, but they're going to try and break through if they can get one more out here. There's a off-speed pitch for a strike in the outside corner. This will be their 3rd trip to the state title game under Coach Treadway. They went in 2016 and 2024. That pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Caleb Dreesen, who will be on his way to Miami University next year, trying to finish it off here. 2-1 pitch. High, ball 3. If Reese could reach base, Braylon Benson would bat for the Padua Bruins, excuse me. 3 balls, 1 strike. Dreesen pitches, misses. Reese with the walk. And if I'm not mistaken, Reese looked directly in the Badin dugout and had words for somebody. I'm not sure what that's all about. But the tying run will now come to the plate in the person of Braylon Benson.
Yeah, but as we said, what's great about state tourney is everybody keeps fighting down to the last pitch. It's never over. No, like you said, those last 3 outs, and now Powder's done what they want. They got the tying run to the plate. As Brent said earlier, is, hey, all right, next man up, get it to the next guy, and they're still in it.
You wonder if Badin has had anybody warming up, if they would even consider making the change here with Dreesen. You only have 1 out to get here. Benson does have a couple of homers on the season.
That is the tough part here is the facility blocks their bullpen.
Yep.
The gate did open, so.
Off speed, inside corner strike.
but that doesn't mean anyone's up and moving. I can't tell that, and they're through. But as you said, this is your guy on the mound. He's been it.
Badin leads 5-2, 2 outs, 2 on. Base hit up the middle by Benson. They're going to hold the runner at third. Probably could have scored, but the last thing you want to do is get somebody thrown out on the bases down 3 runs in the 7th.
Yeah, if he had held 2 more seconds, he probably sends them. But that being said, Taylor might have noticed he wasn't going either, so he's just making sure ball didn't get by him and get it in. And you're down again. You're down 3. Now you have the go-ahead run at home. Tying runs at first. With these gaps, you're 1 pitch away from having a tie ball game.
And we may have a pitching change here. We are certainly going to get a mound visit. Caleb Dreesen has gone the route so far, but now the bases are loaded. Badin needs 1 more out to secure a berth in the state championship game. Meanwhile, the Padua Bruins fighting and scratching and clawing for their lives here. 2 outs. The bases are now loaded. Michael Cangelosi has a base hit and 3 trips. He has scored a run. Dreesen will remain in the game.
He's been aggressive every AB. Looking to get a pitch on the zone and attack it. Dreesen's going to need to make a good pitch here early.
Dreesen's ready to go. Bases full, 2 outs, a 3-run lead. 1 out to get. Fastball on the outside corner. Michael Cangelosi looking to drive something here, or at least keep the inning going. Fly ball out of play off to the right side. Now we're down to the final strike. Badin 5, Padua 2. The Bruins have the bases loaded with 2 outs. No balls, 2 strikes on Cangelosi. Here's Dreesen. Swing and a miss. And the Badin Rams are moving to the state championship game. Caleb Dreesen pitches a complete game. Cade Cummins drives in 3. And the number 1 Rams are 1 win away from claiming their first state championship in 30 years. The Padua Bruins leave them loaded in the 7th. Dreesen ends it with his 9th strikeout. Final score, Badin 5 and Padua 2. Stay tuned for our post game. We'll pause for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. This is the OHSAA Baseball State Tournament on the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
The OHSAA softball and baseball state tournaments wrap up the school year and signal the start of summer. And that means the start of football season can't be too far away. This is Todd Bell. Join me and the OHSAA Radio Network crew each week during the football playoffs for the OHSAA Playoff Preview Show and the state championships in Canton the first week in December. Congratulations to all the teams competing for softball and baseball state championships over the last 2 weeks of the season. Have a great summer, and we'll see you this fall.
Hi, I'm Anthony Munoz. I didn't make it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame by letting drugs and alcohol affect my ability to play. I brought my A game every time, and that's what you should do when sharing the road. That means never getting behind the wheel under the influence and wearing your seatbelt, because it's always the best defense against a drunk driver. So whether you're driving around town or to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, never let impaired driving take you out of the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety.
You may think seatbelt laws are no big deal. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. Cops are cracking down day and night in the city, in the country, and all points in between. Make no mistake, if you don't buckle up, you will get caught and you will get a ticket, even if you've gotten away with not buckling in the past. Things are about to change. Cops are serious about seatbelt safety, so don't kid yourself. Buckle up every time or get a ticket. Click it or ticket. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
Final score in this Division III state semifinal game. The Badin Rams 5, the Padua Bruins 2. The Rams improved to 29-3. They move into the championship game for the second time the last 3 years. They will face either CVCA or Watterson tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the state championship. Meanwhile, the Padua Bruins end at 25-5, a fine season for Coach Ryan McSweeney. Second time in the last 3 years they have fallen in the state semis to the Badin Rams. Caleb Dreesen on the mound for the Rams, pitches the complete game. 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs earned. He walked 2, he hit a batter, he struck out 9, and he gets the victory. And really, he wasn't as dominant as maybe he has been in other outings, Eric Parker, but he was good enough today, and he got out of a couple of jams, and most notably bases loaded in the 7th inning there.
Yeah, it really settled down. Great mound visit there, too, by Coach Treadway. And really made 3 great pitches there to get out of that. And that being, too, when he needed it, his defense was there. Cooper Clay, a great play. Again, tracking that ball down to the warning track down the line. Vangen making the diving stop that would have easily been extra bases. And then the back pick by Sawyer, first and second, nobody out, first 2 guys on, bunt goes through, makes the play, and so his made pitches when he needed to, and his defense picked them up when he needed them.
Yeah, I think the real story of this game was Badin defense. They made several great defensive plays that kept the the Padua Bruins at bay, and we are going to try to get hooked up with Coach Treadway. Let's go down to Brent Balbinot.
I told you it wouldn't take very long. Coach Treadway right now, that was a deep breath, Coach, in a game that had high leverage situation after high leverage situation. What comes to your mind? I'm thinking grit right now. What just comes to your mind after what an incredible win?
Yeah, I think, obviously I'm proud of my guys and how gritty they played, but Padua was as gritty as us. That pitcher was not giving in. For him to be a sophomore and attack our lineup the way he just did was impressive. But the way our guys dug deep and found a way to win, like Austin Vangen heads up play, nobody's covering second base after we failed to execute a bunt, and that was a game changer right there.
Again, just kind of leaning an ear into the dugout. It was almost like Martin kind of rocked you to sleep a little bit. He found that cutter or that slider that kind of cut across a couple lanes of traffic. What was the adjustment that you made midway through the game that started to barrel him up?
Well, we were a little frustrated with the zone today, and we had to do a reality check in